Whoa, I am so tired right now. I'm gonna make this one really fast. Okay, the time is currently 1:13 a.m., so let's get on it. Today I weigh 146.4. That's down a pound from yesterday. Not bad if I do say so myself. Today I ate an egg burrito with a spinach zero net carb mission tortilla that was made by my mom, which was really good. I then had a three bacon, three egg burrito with a 4 gram net carb balance mission tortilla. And it had some ketchup and Mexican cheese in it, and that was really good too. And then the last thing I ate today was a 28 grams of pistachios and 15 grams of beef jerky. And now that we've gone through what was eaten, what was done for exercise, whole lot of walking. Oh yeah, let's do it. All right, now that we have done that portion, we can move on to the daily update portion. So, I woke up around like 9 in the morning. I was served a egg burrito by my mom with the zero carb tortilla. I ate that, and then I remember I went to the den, and turned on the TV, and there was the Popeye movie on, the live action Popeye movie from like the 1980s. So I decided to start watching that because I actually watched that a while back, like 2-3 years ago, but I wanted to watch it again because I remembered how strange it was, and I found the strangeness returning to it to be oddly hypnotic, and I found the movie to be aggressively awkward, but also extremely fascinating and unique. I really liked its energy this time for some reason. It was a really just juddery watch, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like like it feels like a bunch of stuff is happening at the same time. You kind of gotta hone in and focus on whatever seems like something you should focus on. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, well, moving along. I only watched up to 30 minutes into the movie before my mom caught our family cat, Malcolm, the orange one, and decided to give him a bath today. So he got a bath, thankfully, because he smelled like pee last time, I remember. And yeah, then afterwards, she needed, when the cat was done getting washed and dried, she needed to leave for work, so she left. I said goodbye, that I love her, and then our family friend also left to get some errands done. So it was just me and my sister. So I decided to get out my little journal here, and I wrote down things to do today. My top 5 things before 3 p.m., which is when I needed to leave for work. The first thing was take a shower. The second thing was put away bottles and cans. The third thing was 20 minutes of Brain Jam Extra. The fourth thing was 15 minutes of contour line work. And the fifth thing was 30 minutes of a no-tech walk. So I actually decided to put away the cans and bottles first because the cans and bottles have a lot of grime on them and dust and dirt over time just sitting in the elements. So I just wanted to get that out of the way so, when I took my shower, I wouldn't have to get dirty again. And that took about 46 minutes to do. around the time I was finishing off with crushing the cans and bottles and putting them away, and then spraying down the container that had some dirt on it due to some of the grime from the cans and bottles. Our family friend arrived from an Uber, and I helped her out by pushing her in a wheelchair up the driveway, and then brought her wheelchair into the house. So that was pretty cool. And then afterwards, I took my shower. It actually took me 30 minutes exactly to take my shower. So, yeah, pretty interesting. I shaved. I gave myself anti-dandruff shampoo and conditioner. And I used Irish Spring soap. So, yeah. And then I put on Old Spice deodorant that was like brown sugars like smell. It smells nice. Yeah, and then afterwards I did Brain Jam Extra for 20 minutes, and then I decided to extend for additional 10 minutes to get a little bit extra done. In this portion, I was adding more drawings that were more detailed to what I was trying to demonstrate with the character Fairy Loca. So, yeah, that's what I did. And then afterwards, I did 15 minutes of contour line work. But before I did that, I sat down and listened to a 42-minute video that I sped up for 3 minutes. Or sorry, not 3 minutes, but 3x speed of a lady talking about what contour line drawing is. And basically, it's trying to get a good understanding of the depth and the dimensions of your subject that you're trying to draw, so that way you can make as compelling and interesting of a subject as you possibly can. So, yeah, that's what I learned. And then I did the 15 minutes of contour line drawing, which was a guy from a YouTube channel called New Masters Academy. They have a series of different references you can follow, different models. And I found one where a guy was hanging on a loop, and I decided to take that video and pause it and then do my best to make a drawing of that and try to make it contoury. I wasn't able to get to the part where I have put lines that demonstrate the depth, but I was able to get a good outline in, so that's good. I think tomorrow I'll do the add depth in, but I was thinking about doing it tonight, but then my mom and, well, our family friend wanted me to watch some Bob's Burgers with them, so I decided to watch that instead. And I'm so mentally exhausted that I honestly I can't do it right now, you know. So, yeah, it's going to have to wait for tomorrow. And then a 30-minute no-tech walk, which I did. And, yeah, felt really good about that. And finally, yeah, I finished everything on the list. Hooray! Yippee. Very nice. I think I should do it like that more often. I got a lot done this afternoon, morning. It was a nice feeling, for sure. But anyways, when I was done, I decided to make myself my egg and bacon and ketchup burrito. And when I made that and I ate it, I had like 4 cups of coffee this morning, but I had a lot of water too. And then I drove off for work. When I arrived at work, my first hour was spent on a lot, which I did like. It was nice weather. I really enjoyed the weather today. And then I was asked by one of my co-managers to make sure I get my sweeps in on time, non-stop. So I decided, I got out my phone and told it that to set an alarm for 29 of the hour. So like, $3.29, or I mean $4.29. So that way, I'd have enough time to run over, punch in my sweeps right on time without dilly-dallying around or what have you. And when I say that, I mean like helping out customers, or sometimes like I talk with a coworker and it goes on a little longer than expected. And yeah, so now I have a pretty good system, and it ended up working really well because all of the times I was on sweeps today, I ended up punching in my sweeps all on time. So I think I'm gonna go with the alarm for a minute before the punch-in time from now on, because I think it really works to really get the result I'm looking for. So that's cool. Anything interesting happened at work? Well, first hour was a lot. 2 hours was sweeps. The fourth hour was front end work. I remember when I was on my third hour sweeps, there was a guy who came up to me when I was sweeping, who said he found a wallet on the floor. So I was like, I'll take it to our manager so he can bring it into the office. And so I did that, and the manager grabbed the wallet and took it into the office. Then there was a guy who said he missed his wallet and he didn't know what happened to it. So I took him to the office. I knocked on the door. One of my managers opened it and asked what was going on. I told him this guy's looking for his wallet. He said, I'll check what's going on. And then another guy pops up out of nowhere and says that he is also missing a wallet too. So there were two guys missing a wallet at the store I worked for. So I thought that was pretty interesting and funny. But yeah, lo and behold, they were able to... one was able to get his wallet, the other one was not. So I'm hoping that he hopefully gets his wallet in the very near future, because that would be terrible if he didn't. Another funny thing that happened at work today was, as I was doing my sweeps, one of my coworkers, who was punching in for a 4-hour shift from 6 to 10 today, walked up to me and told me that they went to a new store that just opened a few, very nearby. And then they showed me a picture of one of our coworkers who was working there, taken like he was out in the wild. And then he told me that this worker said when he saw him not to tell anyone that I was working at the store, which I thought was hilarious, because it's like no one really cares if you're working there or not. You could do what you got to do, but the fact that he thinks that people are care about is he working at Northgate is hilarious. But we were poking some fun at it by saying he's a traitor. He's not working at our store. He's working at the other store. This is terrible, And I just think that's funny. But I don't know if he's working there full time and if he completely abandoned the store that we're in, or if he's splitting. He's got two jobs now. He's got one here and one there. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but I hope it's working out well for him. But anyways, so I punched in on my break, which was only half hour because I was a 3 to 11 shift. I wanted to get a deal that I saw the other day for 3 sodas for $7 each, for the A&W Zero Sugars. The deal was now changed to 2 sodas for $9 each, which that's not a great price. But what's even worse is that the soda wasn't even there, the one that I had my eyes set on. So I ended up, avoiding that plan altogether because it's too expensive and they didn't even have the soda I wanted. So, oh well. And then afterwards, I remember I when the break room is watching a video of like a guy talk about how like AI can't create new novel ideas or concepts and how it's basically just a medium creating the same exact like baseline stuff again and again, and that's not that great or exciting. So I thought that was a really interesting video. And then I punched back in for work. I didn't buy any lunch today because I tried to eat a really filling meal before I arrived at work today. And when I did punch in for lunch, I wanted to save money. So yeah. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. After the cat was clean, I wanted to show my mom a trailer of this movie called Marty Supreme that looked really interesting. And I showed the trailer, and she said she thought it looked really fun and interesting. So I asked her if she'd be interested in seeing the movie with me, and she said yes. Then I asked my sister if she'd be interested in seeing the movie with me, and she also said yes. So I decided to add the I decided to add them to the showtime for Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. So we're gonna be watching the movie on that day. It should be good. So yeah, that's what happened there. So now we're jumping forwards in time. So after my break, I had 3 hours of just front end work, which include wiping down check stands, bringing in the carts and signs, closing the produce blinds, and I remember I was what happened after that? Produce blinds, signs. Oh yeah, and I had my last hour sweep too. So that's what I did for that. I also made sure to punch in my sweeps on time by timing how long to punch them in. So after work was done, I said goodbye to everyone. I drove home, and when I arrived home, I was greeted by my mom, my sister, and her family friend, and they were all watching Bob's Burgers, so I decided to get out my work clothes and go relax and sit with them and watch it too. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. They were like older episodes though. Like one of them was like a episode where Bob's wife wants to have like a murder mystery dinner and a show at the restaurant, which is kind of fun and cute, interesting. And then after that, there was another episode where Bob was given a side job by his boss, where he needed to be a taxi driver for like late at night in order to pay for his daughter Tina's birthday party. And it all gets into all kinds of goofy, silly antics as the episode continues. It's pretty funny and well written and really good. I liked it. I thought it was hilarious. After that, I was so tired that I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. But I noticed our cat ran to my mom's room, so I went in there. I greeted the cat, said hello, kissed Malcolm and pet him, and then I left. I said goodnight to my mom, the cat, closed the door, said goodnight to our family friend, went to my room, binged some YouTube. I was watching like a guy talk about robots at CES 2026, and that was watching a guy on YouTube goes by the name like Breadbox talk about like the RAM situation, like how that's going, and and then I realized, oh my gosh, it's getting late. I need to make my update video before it gets way too late and I'm like a zombie. So here it is, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a great night.